how about your business? That is a good question, and here is my special lighting equipment, so let's make it fantastic. How about your business? That's a good question, and I'll be talking a lot about business this year. Actually, in a matter of fact, I'm gonna open a business channel in YouTube. I'm thinking the name, but it will be all about business, not like this silly asking question channel. I'm gonna actually give some good advices, vices and good advices for business. And the reason I'm doing this is because I've been in business for many years, and here is the deal. What this channel will be about. The channel will be about entrepreneurial mindset, and the mindset is everything. Now, there will be a lot of practical advices, how to open business, what to do in business, and how to find business, and but nevertheless, the interesting part is here that I've been in business for 26 years, almost my entire conscious life. I was in business, and even when I have some jobs, and when I had some jobs and I was on the job, I kept my entrepreneur thinking. Now, this kind of creates some problems. For example, if you are from the world of business people or entrepreneur, let's not call it the business people, let's say if you have the mindset of the entrepreneur, there is one problem. When you go to work for somebody, you kind of cannot get out of your mindset, and this thing sometimes create discrepancies. When you tell the person that you are working for, let's say you've been entrepreneur and you go to a regular job. I don't know what regular job is, but let's say a regular job, we're going to constitute this term, regular job. Regular job is generally everything that you trade your time for money. That is very important thing to understand. You trade your time for money. Let me adjust the lighting a little bit. It's too bright. Okay, that's the brightness level. Not bad. Now, when you trade your time for money, maybe we can say that you are a worker. The old-fashioned way, the entrepreneurs, they do not think like that. You know, they think, A, how to use leverage. B, how to make other things work for me, but my time as well. And in reality, I'm gonna make an important statement here. The most valuable asset in your life, it's your time. That is actually your life. And I will repeat again, it's not the money you have, it's not the job you have, it's not the environment, it's not the people that you are surrounded with. The most valuable asset you have in your life is actually your time. Now, I'm gonna throw a little bit of conspiracy thinking here, slightly conspiracy thinking ideas. In one of my videos, I mentioned that everybody that trades time for money, it's kind of enslaved by some kind of organization, a system, a global system, a government, or anything. Now, this is very interesting phenomenon. People working per hour, and they discuss minimum salary and minimum wages, and that is not the way that the entrepreneurs are thinking. Entrepreneurs are never in the mindset, oh, wage per hour and da. But one common mistake of the entrepreneurs is that they do not calculate that. For example, let's say I will give you an idea. You see, here is in the background, there is a restaurant. You see the yellow sign? It's called Annabelle. Annabelle. I bet you not, but the owner of this place, he's an owner, he does not know how much money he generates per hour as a person, not as a business. He pretty much knows that today he will make $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000, depending on the how many customers, what did they bought from his, what did they buy from his restaurant or anything, you know. But unfortunately, this guy, I bet you not that he does not know how much money he personally makes per hour. Now, this creates a problem for this guy. And when I had like similar business once in my business career, I had like a little business, and not a little business, but like, okay, whatever. You know, when I was the owner of this business, there was like 10 people in that location working, or 5, between 5 and 10, sometimes more. This was in one of my companies, but I never managed to sit down and to calculate my hourly rates. Now, why is this important for an entrepreneur? Because if you know your hourly rates as a business owner, entrepreneur, then you can always delegate. You can always delegate. Smart people, like very, very smart people, they have the skills to delegate job activities. Now, if you're a business owner, and if you are having a small business, large business, or whatever, you should always make the mathematics. How much money you make per hour, personally. And if you are making, let's put $25 per hour. Instead of you doing the work for this, you can always substitute. I have somebody here chatting. Is a Bodybuilder 2007. Hello, Bodybuilder 2007. Fantastic. Thank you for the chatting. I have chatting options here. So now, these people that are business owners, for example, they cannot delegate. One of the reasons they cannot delegate because they do not have a starting point. But now, let's say you have a business with 10 people. And you pay them $10 per hour or 20. It doesn't matter. The numbers here are irrelevant, but the principles are important. Let's say you have 10 people and you pay them only $10 per hour. I'll make it simple. So you pay them $100 an hour, and your company is generating, let's say, $1,000 per day. So you pay them 100, you make 1,000, you have revenue. Now they have to take out the expenses, rent, facilities, electricity, and stuff. And all of a sudden, you ending up only with generating, let's say, $200 for that particular day. Let's repeat this. You have company of 10. You have expenses, you have office or retail store or whatever, merchandise, and after all the expenses, you only generated $250 as a business owner. You got the idea? So repeat that again. 10 people, we're 11 people team, you're the boss. You only pay them $10 an hour, and after all the expenses, you only generate clear revenue after all the stuff. Taxes, for example, you don't calculate this in the equation, but that's a thing should be calculated in the equation. And after all these expenses, you made $1,000, but after this $1,000, when you take out all the expenses, rent, electricity, supplies, things that you buy and sell, you only end up with $250. Like that is a simple scenario. So when you end up with $250 as a business owner, you say, okay, today I made $1,000, right? But that's not true. You didn't make $1,000. You only made $250. And if you're a smart owner, you will divide this $25 by the time, not by the time, but you will divide the time that you spent to make this $250 to the hours that you spend to generate $250 clear profit or revenue. So how does it looks like? Well, it looks like this. Let's say you work 10 hours, which is normal for a business owner, entrepreneur. They always work harder than their employees. Sometimes, sometimes not. If they are smart, they work less. But let's say to be in business, you gotta work smart and hard at the same time, not just hard, you know. So you divide and you spend 10 hours. So when you divide $250 by 10 hours, it comes down that you are making $25 an hour as a business owner. Now, the interesting part is this, that you actually make $250 and that's your hourly rate. It's good to know. It is good to know this, because if you do not know this number, you can actually make a lot of mistakes in areas of delegate. So now, if you do this work for 25 hours, $25 per hour, if you're a smart businessman, you can always find another person which is actually not as smart as you, but smarter than you. And that is a trick, you know, because very successful people, they always let other smarter people than them to do specific tasks, right? I didn't invent that. You know, some of the smartest people, like Warren Buffett, he said that, I didn't say that, he said that he's always letting smarter than him people in certain areas to do certain jobs. So now, let's say, as a business owner, you found out that you are making $25 per hour. A good question to ask yourself is like, who is a person that is very close to me, close proximity? Is this person in internet? Can I find this person? Do I have a friend, or do I have somebody which is smarter than me, but it will do the work for $25 an hour? And if you have this person, you should immediately offer him this job. So you can actually do something of bigger importance. For example, how to expand your business. That should be your question. You know, delegate this activity of $25 per hour. It doesn't have to be $25. You can offer this for $20 per hour, and you will still make $5 an hour by just doing nothing. Just doing nothing. You just made one simple good move, a smart move. That's what I call in business a smart move. You delegate the $25 job to somebody that will do it for $20. Now you make $5 out of nothing by just using leverage, and then you make this $5 and you free time. You get all the time free, and in this free time you can think of more important questions. For example, how to multiply my business. If it's a simple small business, if it's like one location, or if it's like one truck that you are driving, or if it's a one restaurant that you are operating, or if it's like a one small pizza place, or if you're just a personal trainer, you know, like how can you multiply this system of business that is already successful? It generates $5 per hour just doing nothing. You can ask yourself these questions. How can I multiply this? That is a good idea to think this way. So in my future channel, most of the talks will be kind of in this kind of style. So when I open a channel, I'm gonna invite everybody that is into this channel to go see the other channel and subscribe to this channel. And it's always good to ask these questions. Thank you. Subscribe.